So, we have found out today that carnivore is a game changer, right? I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my story so that you know who I am. Why am I doing this? It's absolute insanity. It's crazy. I'm telling you that people looked at me like I had 2-3 heads because it's so crazy to be doing a meat-only diet. All right, so my struggle has been, let's go to the next slide. I was on the diet roller coaster. I was a perpetual dieter. Y'all see me? Woo, I sit here, right here. That's Big Mama right there. And right here, look how thin I was. But my other issue, you can see it. I'm gonna show you a picture of what that looks like. Yeah, I went up and down and up and down. I did all the diets. So I know my family, when I started carnivore, they was like, oh no, she's not gonna stick with that. I'm sure she'll be done with that pretty soon because I did all the diets.
She did all of them.
I did all. The only reason I didn't do it because I didn't know about it or I didn't want to pay for it. So anyway, you can see me. I was up and down. No matter how thin I was though, let's go to the next slide. This is eczema. This is the look of insulin resistance. Do you know anybody that looks like this? I look like I had 2 black eyes all the time, right? No matter how thin I was. So I was standing there with my hands like this because the insides of my palms were raw. My hands just blistered up and peeled off. In fact, I went to go travel for work and I had to have fingerprints and they said they weren't even able to get my fingerprints because my hands had blistered and peeled. This is called dyshydrotic eczema. This is a rash that I got from I moved back to Michigan and I walked in the grass with my sandals on and a rash. Plants are trying to kill you. They really are. Let's scroll up one more time. So my face looked like this no matter how small I was. So I gained and lost weight over and over and over again, no matter how small I was. This is how I looked. And the funny thing was, that's right, yeah, that's me. Yep, that's me. I showed that picture to my kids and they was like, I'm like, yes. It was just, you saw me all the time, so you didn't even notice. All right. So I had this chronic issue with eczema, inflammation, and so many others. Let's go to the next slide. I decided that I was gonna do 90 days of carnivore. First of all, let me tell you my ailments. I had IBS with constipation. So I was the person who would be in the bathroom for an hour trying to go all the time. Even as a kid, I remember having this problem. I had seasonal allergies so bad, all seasons. Every single season, I have an allergy to go along with it. After I was on the carnivore diet, so I started in February 22nd, 2023, and the season changed in the spring, and I'm looking around like, wait a minute. Do carnivores not have allergies? Anyway, so terrible seasonal allergies. I had sleep apnea, still got a little bit of that, but compared to what I had, it wasn't. But the main thing that I had was this mental illness. I'm calling it mental illness. Chronic anxiety that manifested itself in racing thoughts. I was constantly worried about everything. I would tell my people, don't call me on the phone, just send me a text, because if you ring my phone, I'm gonna be sure that somebody died. I was worried all the time. I was obsessive about food. I talked about food every waking moment. You can ask my mom. Talked about food every waking moment. All of a sudden I realized after a few weeks on carnivore that I don't want to talk about food anymore. I'm like, why are we talking about what we ate yesterday and what we're going to eat tomorrow? I felt like I didn't need to do that anymore. I found myself being able to send a person to voicemail. Now, this is unheard of. To send them to voicemail? My husband used to ask me, why do you have to answer the phone every time it rings? Because I'm scared. Something happened. Something happened. So I tried a 90-day carnivore way of eating. The person that impacted me the most is Dr. Ken Berry. Does everybody know who that is? Yeah. Dr. Ken Berry. I watched Dr. Ken go from keto to carnivore, and I thought, well, he didn't die, so I probably can try it. I'll go ahead and try it. And I had been on keto. I'm gonna say I did 10 years total. 10 years of keto, 5 years of keto, and then 5 years of Cheeto, because I couldn't get back on. I could not get back on it to save my life. So I just kept cheating. I kept falling off the wagon. I kept turning around and I gained all my weight back. And we always say, yeah, that diet doesn't work, because as soon as you go off it, you're gonna gain back all your weight. Well, duh. Duh, you're gonna gain those back, and they're gonna bring some of their friends with them. That's the thing. I'm no longer on a diet. I'm no longer on a diet. So I said, well, I can do it for 90 days. After 90 days, I'm going to start to reincorporate some things, right? What happened to me in those 90 days? My eczema cleared up. Y'all see my face? Yeah. I don't have no makeup on, right? What makeup? Those 2 black eyes that I have not had those since. So I've been on carnivore for 2.5 years. After the first 6 months, that was gone, and it has not come back. So facial eczema cleared up. My hand eczema, my dyshydrotic eczema, though, I found out after a year, 2 years on carnivore that I can't tolerate dairy. I can't eat cheese. I used to say, oh my gosh, what is a cheeseless life? Like, I don't want to live my life if I can't have cheese. But you know what? I'm loving the foods that love me. I'm loving the foods that love me today. So no dairy, no heavy cream in my coffee. No dairy, pretty much anything. I can do a little bit of sour cream every now and then. But the dairy, the cheese, if I eat cheese, my fingers blister. So let me tell you, I'm going to just full disclosure. A couple of weeks ago, I decided I was going to have some half and half. I'm like, well, it's not heavy cream. It's just half and half. I'm going to put this little half and half in my coffee, and my hands are blistered up today. 2 weeks later, they're still blistered up today. I cannot tolerate dairy. IBS with constipation after 30 days. Now listen, if you're going to try a carnivore diet, I'm just going to let you know it could cause a little gastric distress. It's okay. It's your gut microbiome switching over. After I got through that 30 days, I had my first normal bowel movement of my life. And it was a game changer. It's the first time I could remember where it was like, oh, so this is what this is supposed to be like. You know, and yeah, that happened so fast. On day 31. That's why I always say, do 7 days and 7 days and 7 days, but don't stop until after 30 days, because that's when you're going to see the benefit. You're going to see some of the benefits. The energy surge, the mental clarity. Who in here has brain fog? That brain fog lifted. I do not have brain fog because I'm in ketosis most of the time. And so that mental clarity, and I didn't need as much sleep. So I'm going to tell you the story. My kids will laugh at me, but they used to be like, okay, it's 6 o'clock, time for Grandma to go to bed. Go to bed, Grandma, because you got to go to bed so you can get up in the morning. And I needed so much sleep. And I found that I just don't need as much sleep as I used to. And that was a surprising one. And then I lost, so this is old, I've lost about 25 pounds over the course of this 2.5 years. But the thing is, the weight doesn't mean anything, how much weight I lost, because who is this person? Who is this person? It's the reshaping. Your body is like doing amazing things from the inside out. And so I definitely was surprised. I mean, even as I'm going along further and further along, I'm not seeing a lot of weight loss, but my pants are too big. You know what I'm saying? So healthy foods like lettuce, cauliflower, broccoli, tomatoes, peppers were making me very sick. I tried to incorporate a couple of things. I accidentally got some lettuce, and I always said I hated lettuce. I'm like, there's no such thing as a good salad. A nice salad, you know, people say, oh, I'm gonna have a nice salad. Nice salads are not nice. I ate lettuce, hands blistered up. I ate cauliflower, hands blistered up. I ate broccoli, hands blistered up. Who would have known? And I had a severe anxiety attack by eating a little bit of mint in my water. Just a little refreshing, you know? Let's go to the next slide. I thought that I could do it, you know? But that plant I was holding on to my husband. I could not move forward. I was stuck in place because my anxiety just soared through the roof. So, Carnivore Zen, who's had it? Yes, if you've been on carnivore for any length of time, you know that you experience a profound mental clarity that is like nothing else that you have ever experienced. When you feel it, you're like, oh, this is that. This is that. Food freedom, no longer needing to think about, worry about food. Now you guys know I'm a YouTuber, so that's when I worry about food. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to fix something, I gotta cook something for these people. Now I got my grandkids, so I have 11 grandkids. I don't know if I said that. 11 grandkids, and some of them are in the house, so I'm cooking for them. I made a lifestyle commitment long before my 90-day experiment was over. And I started doing multiple other different experiments to try to figure out what works for me. And then that anxiety relief, I cannot say that it's all the way gone, but I think it's because I still drink coffee. I still have plants in my system. So, you know, whenever I'm able to release that coffee and release the rest of those seasonings and stuff like that, I believe that I'll achieve true relief and healing from my anxiety. That seasonal allergy relief was a bonus. Like, I did not expect that. That never was something I even thought about. I used to take allergy pills twice a day, morning and night, plus Benadryl, because my allergies were so bad. And you guys, is it ragweed season? I don't even know. I think it's ragweed season right now. I can't even tell. All right, let's go to the next slide. So I started my YouTube channel. Actually, Carrie Mann, that we just talked about from Healing Humanity, he was inspirational to me because I saw this crazy dude out here on a pergola talking about eating meat. And I was like, okay, he's crazy, I'm gonna have to check him out. I gotta see what he's talking about. He said to me, through the YouTube channel, that, Robin, you need to start a YouTube channel. If you are on carnivore, you need to be telling your story because, as Dr. Kilt says, it's the documented stories that count. It is the documented stories that count. So I started my YouTube channel. I was actually seeking representation because when I looked around in the YouTube streets, I didn't see anybody that looked like me, right? And so I wanted to be that person. I said, let me go out here. Plus, I wanted to talk about carnivore all the time. And my family were like, come on, do we have to talk about carnivore again? Yes, we got to talk about carnivore again. But I said, anybody who wants to watch and pay attention to that, they can, and they don't have to if they don't want to. So I've been creating content for CarnivorousGrama since 2023. And we're building a community. We have a community in Marco Polo, which is, groups of women that are just connected together and loving on each other and helping each other through here. And then inspiring others. So I'm launching my new coaching practice today. So I've been doing some coaching, as Denitra had mentioned earlier. My family members came on board after 2.5 years. A couple of them came on board, and they are now doing carnivore with me. And I said, let you guys be my guinea pig, and I'm gonna coach y'all. And so we did. So I'm launching my, let's go to the next slide, my Changing Minds, Healing Bodies. This is CG Coaching. And what it's about is we're tired of yo-yo dieting. We're tired of roller coastering. And we're tired of thinking that weight is the problem. Inflammation is the problem, okay? So your body needs to heal, and so amazingly God has designed us, fearfully and wonderfully made, for your body to heal itself, given the proper fuel, right? So I want to be able to support people through that initial 90-day journey. We start with initial discovery session, which is a 1-hour one-on-one consultation. And you can just read the thing, it's on the sign over there. And then 90 days on-ramp. This is just an on-ramp. It's not the end of the story, right? Because it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime thing. It's a health goals, right? So I'm very excited to be launching this today, and I have a QR code. If you're interested in finding more information about that, you can take a look. It's going to direct you to my website. It will tell you more information about it, you know, and we can get y'all hooked up with CG coaching.
Yeah.
All right.
Next grade?
That's it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a giveaway. Y'all want a giveaway? All right. 4. Okay. Bonnie Chambers. Bonnie.